Greetings and welcome to RoadTripja, the heartbeat of Jamaica's road. Today we are at the Harbourview Shopping Center. We'll be making our way from Harbourview all the way to the Albion Estate community. But before we get there, let us exit the shopping center and then we'll be back to our regular video footage. The duration of this journey should be approximately 31 minutes and hopefully it will be satisfactory. Now, as we make our way out from the gas station and the surrounding Harbourview Shopping Center, we're going to be making our way to the roundabout. And now that we're at the roundabout, we'll be heading towards the Centimus direction as we seek to showcase this vintage point of the Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project. And this marks the Section 1A of the road infrastructure. And this area was previously done when they were developing the highway for the Harbourview section, but most of the work of this section 1A commences close to the Harbourview Seventh-day Adventist Church and beyond, because as you can see, these are we already have 4-lane traffics on this thoroughfare already, which will be improved in increments as we head down to the Harbourview Seventh-day Adventist Church Geographic and the St. Benedict's Church. As we move forward, this is where we used to have the Harbourview Drive-In movie theater. It is no longer in operation. They currently use this area for storage and for other logistic developments. On your right, you can see the Harbourview Seventh-day Adventist Church in close proximity. That's correct. That is it right there. Beautiful. And on your left, we're approaching the St. Benedict's Church, and this church is a pivotal landmark. This is the area where majority of the work will actually be commenced. And we see that work is currently ongoing in this area. On the left, the St. Benedict Church, the St. Benedict School, and on the right we can see where they're currently doing excavation work in this area of Harbourview. So now that we have exited Harbourview, we're going to be heading down towards the other developments taking place in the Bull Bay community. If we peruse this geographic with our eyes, we can see pipes being laid on the right hand, and we're seeing boulders for dumping purposes. So a lot of things are happening, but the work in this area has somewhat slowed down. But never fear, the work and the progress will continue, as what the engineers and the team at Check are currently doing is they're doing the work incrementally for the purpose of reducing the inconvenience caused by the changes in development and the infrastructure of the road. Today is July 8, 2022, and it is a Friday, beautiful day here in Jamaica. The sun is out in all its glory. It's not too hot, not too cold, it's just right. And me saying that allows you to have an idea that I have no idea of the temperature, but I'm just saying that today is just a perfect day because you're not sweating too much and you're not chilly. It's just right. But now as we continue, as the traffic frees up a little bit, we are seeing the road work, and there are barricades being done. This barricade is to give the vehicles guidance that there's a ditch on the periphery or on the respective sides, and they have to stay clear of those areas. And this area is a part of the Bull Bay community. And as we would have noted in the past, that a lot of the houses have been demolished and a lot of relocation has taken place. It was brought to our attention that many persons misunderstood or misinterpreted the idea of the laws of land, in which we indicated that the government of Jamaica can come and take your land or your property at any time, and that is just a standard. The land that we have in Jamaica belongs to the government. Even though we have a title, we have purchased it, it is truly not our land. It belongs to the state. But what we do is that we pay taxes in order to secure a temporary lien on the land, or temporary degree of occupancy on the land. So at any time, if the government desires to utilize the land for infrastructural development, they can come and commandeer the area, offering relocation or compensation. And this can be done based on the current market value or predetermined price structures. Even though it may not be the best price, but they will still compensate you to a degree, especially here in Jamaica. So knowing this, it should not cause anyone to feel a sense of concern in purchasing or procuring properties here in Jamaica. This is just standard, and this is applicable almost worldwide. So this should not be a deterrent. Remember, as investors, we have to understand that we are here to do business, and businesses need to make money. So even this road investment is for the government to get revenue. So don't think about it in simple terms. And remember, scared money does not make money. So if you're interested in making money, these risks are minor risks, because you'll be compensated for anything that you already have acquired, and the value of the land would be predetermined or evaluated based on the market rate or the previous rate that was set and designated. So you don't have to worry about all these nuances that exist in the government reclaiming land. And with that out of the way, Jamaica is a beautiful place to invest in. And yes, we do have interest in Kingston and St. Andrew. We also have a lot of interest in the parish of St. Thomas, and our greatest interest is actually focused in the parish of Portland. And over time, as we progress in our development, you'll understand why. So these parishes are prime real estate, so a little fear, a little scare of relocation shouldn't be an impediment to investing in Jamaica and in this geography. Not to mention, in section 1B, we'll be having the Morant Bay Town Center that is pending development, where the Goodyear factory once was. They're repurposing that whole area to increase development and increase accessibility to different facilities in the St. Thomas region. So there's a lot of things that are happening in St. Thomas as a parish, and along the span of the highway infrastructure, the Southern Coastal Highway infrastructure, that is earmarked for completion by 2025. So stick around with us and do enjoy the journey, the transformation, as we try to give you an update and weekly progress as is favorably. So now we're here still in the Bull Bay community, and we're seeing where the retaining walls have been redeveloped, and we're seeing where houses were demolished on the right and on the left. If you look at our previous video footage back in 2020, you can see the change and the transition that has taken place. But if you did not see it taking place in front of your eyes, maybe you would not even believe that this is the same place. If you look at the right or the left on this area, all that wall that is there, that used to be where someone's house was. So we're seeing a lot of things taking place, and yes, this is for the greater good, and we're truly grateful that the government saw it fit to finally make provisions for the development and the ease of flow in the St. Thomas area. Not that St. Andrew isn't important, St. Andrew is important. However, St. Andrew has been given different infrastructural developments over time, and St. Thomas and Portland are the areas that have been somehow neglected. So now that we are the talking point of this country, we are excited and ecstatic of what is taking place. It is our hope that the road work and the infrastructural changes will add to the value of the community development. If we look on our left, we can see where the road for the additional 2 lanes will be. So they're going to be leveling all of that down to balance it, and then you'll be taking up this road that we're currently driving on a little bit, so that there can be a new infrastructure for us to traverse. So a lot of things will be happening, a lot of things are happening, but everything takes time. So we just have to allow time for us to achieve and enjoy that which is. We're now heading close to the Bull Bay police station, and this police station that will be approaching in a little while will be relocated from the right hand side to the left hand side based on what we have been informed. So the area where the police station is currently will be utilized for the road network. So yes, when the government is moving, they can take lands that they own, and they can also take lands that does not necessarily belong directly to them. So for those who don't have an idea as to where the police station is, the police station can be seen on your right hand in 3, 2, 1, right where this bus is passing. That is a police station, the Bull Bay police station, and it is scheduled to be relocated on the left hand in 3, 2, 1. In this geographic, that is where it is scheduled to be relocated to. And this bridge here has 2 lanes going in this direction, and on the other side, the right hand side of this bridge, this Bull Bay bridge, you will have another 2 lanes going in the opposite direction. So these buildings that are close, projecting over towards the road, those will be demolished for the road infrastructure to continue. And yes, we'll be having relocation of the JPS wires courtesy of the citizens of Jamaica, and we will be paying for that. And as noted before, as we could have observed in our comments, that indeed we, the citizens, will be paying for it through the government, which we have already compensated. And yes, we'll be continuing to pay for them while we exist. So now we're at a pivotal point. This is a point where the road will be continuing, and then that road network right there at that juncture where we have those cranes will take us all the way down to the Suncoast Club that is currently being built and developed, 91 hectares, and the road will end at the entrance or close proximity to the entrance of where the Sun Coast Adventure Park used to be, which can be seen on the right hand. And that road will run over to the left hand, not on this area that we are currently seeing, because if you look closely on the left hand, you can see where the road is actually going to be developed, and the lanes are already marked, the dividers are already there. But for now, we're using the lower section, which is the original road, until we are given permission to traverse on the new developed road. As development continues, we'll be faced with a little inconvenience. The potholes exist, and the dirt and the debris in the road do exist, but we are willing to sacrifice a few moments of discomfort for a few years of comfort, because the expected time from Kingston and St. Andrew Harborview on this current road network takes us approximately 31 minutes or 31 to 35 minutes. On a good day, it should take us maybe 10 to 15 minutes from Harborview all the way to Albion Estate. And I know that some persons will try to reach a little faster, but we are not going to compensate for them at this time. And yes, some persons will be moving faster. You may have those who will take their time and move a little slower. So on our right, we can see the Mazur Gardens community, and this community has been here for quite some time. It is scantily housed in that there are housing lots available. However, there are few houses that have been erected, and we understand that in the past, Mazur Garden community had been plagued with persons who had nefarious intention for the properties in these areas. However, based on the news report, it seems as that is a thing of the past, as we have this community which is now better regulated. So on this side, we're seeing the divide in the road, yes, and we're seeing the JPS pole that is right there that needs to be removed. And JPS is a Jamaica Public Service. They have the monopoly for the electricity in the country of Jamaica. It doesn't mean that you can't have your solar or your alternative energy, but it's just that they are the only utility provider for electricity in Jamaica. So the road is going to run from the left right over to the right, and straight where you see the building equipment currently. That is what is going to happen. So we will not be driving on this section when the road is actually completed. We'll be coming out from that section right here where we see these tires, and then we'll be going through the walls that are currently being teared down. So this is another angle based on what we were seeing earlier in the day when we were making our way. So yes, as we continue on the journey, we are heading down towards the Albion Height area, and we're seeing where the work is currently being done on our left hand side, and we're clearing all of that area on the left to accommodate the next or the additional 2-lane for vehicular traffic. So a lot of development is taking place on this leg and section of the highway. When we descend this hill right here, what we're going to be envision seeing is the connection from the Albion Heights that is going to take us all the way down to the Grand Spen area. So they're widening both right and left side, but to different degrees. If you want to see the full plan of what they intend to do on section 1A, you can click in the video description and find an appropriate video to watch. So now that we're moving here, this here on your right hand is the connection from this Albion Heights area all the way, that is going to take us right here to the Grand Span area. However, even though we're starting from the bottom up, that is not where we'll be coming through. We'll be coming through this area where we have the turn, the deep corner. There will be a straight road joining and will be coming down. So there will not be this great corner anymore. There will be a straight road connecting the right side to the left side. And this is a beautiful highway that we have some degree of completion, which gives us perspective as to what we can expect for the duration of the road progress. If you look straight ahead, you can see the Albion community from the distance, and it is indeed a beauty. To the right is the Grand Span community. Straight ahead is the Albion community. So just continue to enjoy the experience as we traverse this infrastructural marvel for St. Thomas. As you know that we're heading from the Harbour View area all the way, we're moving into the Albion Estate community, where we'll be completing section 1A of the development, and then we'll probably head over the Yallow's Bridge that joins Albion Estate community to the Poorman's Corner community, which will take us now to section 1B. I'll allow you a moment to just digest and visually avail yourself to enjoy the developments taking place and the changes in the infrastructure. Yes, the road is dusty, but that there is indicating to us that work is ongoing. I want you to look on your left hand, and in this geographic you can see where pipes are being laid to channel the water so that we don't have unnecessary flooding. So yes, it's a beautiful scene, we know, and this is just a tip of the iceberg, because when it is completed we will be in marvel, because the plans that have been developed are one of the highest level, especially for the section 1A. And I should just update you and inform you that right behind this area, that is right towards the right hand side, is the Cow Bay. So there is a beach right in close proximity from this highway, and I can assure you that that beach will be free, because currently it is free and it should remain free. And all along this area we have the coastline, and most of the beaches are also readily accessible and free to the public. So if you're from overseas and you just want to just come out and enjoy the beach, then you can come to the Cow Bay area. But I should inform you that the Cow Bay beach is not one for swimming. It's just to put on beach clothing to come and get some fish and go fishing. It's not necessarily for swimming. And yes, at that beach we also have ships docking on occasion as is needed. It shows you how deep the water is. But if you just want to come and have a picnic, you know, you have your family, you carry them to the cow bay. Don't allow them to go in the water though, and you can just have a picnic. But in this geographic area, I have to give you the pros and the cons. We have what we call crocodiles that lurk around this area. So in the rainy months, you have to be very cautious. However, under normal circumstances, you don't have anything to worry about. And one quick tip for you, if you ever see a crocodile and you decide that you want to run, don't run in a straight line. But that is something that you don't really have to fear about. Just come and enjoy the scenery, the aesthetics, the ambience, the birds, the chirping, the waves crashing against the rocks. It is almost like paradise, if I may say so myself. And for those who are homesick, you know what you're missing, but by the time you get back, by the time you return home, this place will or would have transformed. We just want to say thank you for making it RoadTripja, the heartbeat of Jamaica's road. Indeed, it was a pleasure to serve you once again. We are truly grateful that you have invested the time in going on this journey with us. And as such, we'll continue to do what is in your best interest and our best interest by providing the premier quality that you have become so accustomed to enjoying. On your right at this time, you may be able to visualize the first and the last bar. That is a building with the green and yellow. That building is currently being demolished, but the demolition has not been completed just yet. So in a few days, we may not be seeing that building right there anymore. Now we're in the Albion community, the Albion estate community, and we're seeing retaining walls on our left hand and road widening taking place on that side as well. This here is bringing us closer and closer to the conclusion of section 1A. This is one of the entrances to the Albion community. On your right at the gas station, and if we go further down to the next turn on your right after passing the gas station, we'll have the school road, and that is also another entrance to the Albion community. And there is one more entrance that is important to note for entrance to the Albion community, and it is right at the pump house. Yes, so we have access to a pump house in this geography, which can be seen on your right in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that building on your right that you are visualizing, that there, a blue and a white building, is the pump house. Yes. And right after we have moved past the pump house, we are heading towards the bridge that is the divider or the indicator of the completion of section 1A. So right at the bridge is the completion of section 1A's journey. And as we exit the bridge, that is the new beginning of section 1B. And this is providing that we are heading from Harbour View to the Morant Bay area. But if we were doing it from Morant Bay to Harbour View, then it would be not the beginning but the end, and not the end but the beginning. So yes, as we make our way over this bridge, this concludes section 1A. And now we are elated to inform you that we are now stepping into section 1B, which takes us in the Poor Man's Corner community and all the way to Morant Bay. However, in this journey, we'll not be continuing all of section 1B. We're just going to be stopping in the Poor Man's Corner community so you can have a visual as to what is taking place in the area. But this is it for us here at RoadTripja. As always, we say to you, walk, ride, drive, and fly good. This is the voice of Dr. A signing out from RoadTripja, the heartbeat of Jamaica's road. See you at the end of the road.